Gator, I want to just follow up and say thank you to all the Karsch and Anderson listeners I met this weekend at the United Center and the surrounding bars and restaurants.
Oh, at the Greater Hammond area?
It's not quite yet, but yes. As the Pistons took it to the Hammond Bulls. You know, it was fun to be a part of that takeover. And it was also fun because the Pistons, I just felt fully confident in our superior basketball team getting the job done. And I become pseudo-obsessed with something that I keep talking about on the air. And Kang, I want you to tell me to stop, that I need to stop doing this. But I'm always obsessed with what other fan bases and other broadcast crews say about our team. And at the United Center, I wasn't listening to the Bulls broadcast, but midway through the fourth quarter, I had to go to the restroom. So when I went to the restroom, and you're in the restroom, what do you hear piped in? You hear the play-by-play of the local broadcast, which meant our old friend Chuck Swirsky was doing play-by-play for the Chicago Bulls. And it was evident that the Pistons were going to win the game at that point. And I just happened to be in the restroom when they were praising the Pistons, how good they are and how hard they play on that end of the floor, the defensive end of the floor, and just the same old stuff that we're used to hearing. Maybe I should stop talking about what opposing teams are saying, but I love it.
Well, they deserve all the accolades they're getting right now, and for them to go into Chicago and win that game easily. And Jalen Duren, everybody talks about Kate needs a Robin to his Batman. It's Jalen Duren. I don't know why people are so reluctant to say it's Jalen Duren just because he's not a three-point shooter. I don't care. The guy scores 20 points a game. He's a double-double every game. He's an intimidating force, gets things done at both ends of the court. He's great. Well, he does what they need him to do.
The question that people have is, in this day and age where everybody bombs away from three, can a team that doesn't rely on that? Although I got to tell you, Duncan Robinson is every bit like Saturday night. He was, guarded threes, fadeaway threes. He was fantastic in that game. But can you do it the way the Pistons are trying to do it? I guess we're going to find out, because they have an identity that they have leaned into and is working for them. Well, and if it doesn't, everyone's going to say, yeah, great, regular season success. You can't do it in the postseason. And I think all of us have that in the back of our mind, that could happen. But, we'll watch and see. I like this team's chances. I like this team's chances to win the East. And who doesn't?
I love that I figured out over the weekend what it is. It's not just their ability to play defense that I love, or that they do things a little bit differently. They don't launch nearly as many three-point shots as everybody else. Mm-hmm. What I love about this team beyond that stuff, it's the points in the paint. They get it done the old school way. They're going to feed it inside, and they're going to eat you alive. The game against Chicago, they had 68 points in the paint compared to Chicago's 38.
Right.
You dominate the inside, you're going to dominate the game. I don't care if guys are bombing it from the outside. Keep feeding it in, get your easy two, your high percentage two, and move on.
Well, Detroit is second in the NBA in points in the paint per game.
And they have the best record in basketball.
Yep. 248-539-9797. And a big week, right? You got San Antonio tonight, you got Oklahoma City on Wednesday, and you got Cleveland on Friday. It just doesn't get any, I guess it could get bigger than that, but that is a huge week in the NBA regular season for a team that's still trying to prove themselves. And I think they're pretty confident in who they are, but I think they would tell you, yeah, these games against the teams out west, it's a big deal.
Well, and tonight's going to be fun because it's Victor Wembanyama, the giant from San Antonio, and he's so talented. He can knock down shots on the outside, despite the fact that he's 8'3" or whatever he is. But he's got a smooth touch. He knocks down 81% of his free throws. Think how tough that is to be somebody who's literally like 7'3"
and shooting down at the basket.
Right. You're shooting line drives, but he's got it down to a science where he's knocking down 81% of those shots. He's a heck of a player. He's so young and so talented. It's fun to watch a team that is, that's their star player who's this giant, and then our star player is the point guard is gonna push it. And they went against each other in the All-Star weekend, and that was kind of fun to watch. Wembanyama being younger, he likes to play defense too. This will be a real test for the Pistons. San Antonio's no joke. They've got 40 wins on the season. Pistons had the 42-13 record, best in the NBA. But playing without Isaiah Stewart will be difficult for them tonight to have some kind of a physical force. We'll see if Paul Reed continues to be up to the task.
Yeah, this has been a fun stretch, Doug. Other than the Bulls game. By the way, the Bulls have not won a game in the month of February, so
they're running out of days.
Yeah, exactly. But other than the Bulls game, you had the Knicks and then this Western Conference, these two big powerhouses they're playing. It's because in the end, if they make the finals, obviously you only have to beat one team from the West. They don't have to go through the West gauntlet like everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you just want to see how they stack up. And the regular season is great. I think right now they've pretty much double, triple stamped the fact that they're a really good regular season team. They're probably going to be the number one seed in the East. Everything changes in the playoffs, and how does that work out? I mean, I remember the Suns a few years ago won like 64 games. Coach of the Year by Monty Williams. Remember that name, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Young team. They got bounced early in the playoffs. The year before that, they made the finals. Young, same squad. Booker, Mikal Bridges, all those guys. DeAndre Ayton. They lost. And then they went away. So this stuff, to me, it's all about, right, at this point for the Pistons, how do they do in this playoffs this year? And then how do they do next year?
Can you sustain it?
Yes, exactly. Because when Trajan Langdon was on the morning show a couple weeks ago, he kept emphasizing they've not even won a home playoff game yet.
Yeah.
So they what is this team really? And then we'll find out in the playoffs. That's what I really want to know. That's why this schedule coming up, Doug, with the two Western Conference teams, it's gonna be fun to see how far they've come here.